Office troll, are you alright? Office troll. It's Christmas!
Office trolling.
Welcome everybody to Stumbling Towards the Eschaton. This is me, Nick, and we're here with the lovely...
Pastor Mike Neal.
And this is our Christmas Chaos episode. Whoa, crazy.
We're just going to cover all things Christmassy that comes with our free association.
Yep.
Welcome to Free Association Fridays.
This doesn't come out on Fridays, guys.
That's how free association we are. Free association. So Christmas.
It started out with presents.
Yeah, okay, then let's but what do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? I've talked about this earlier on the show. Money and Nexon Karma coins.
Oh yeah, I'm repetitive, aren't I?
Yeah.
Our house is a little bit wild, man. You got to be under 18 to get presents. Mm-hmm. That is the large familial rule. Once you hit 18, you're out, man. Mm-hmm. So so it's one of those wild things where our boys, I have no idea what grandmas and grandpas are getting for them. Oh, I know. Actually, I do know one awesome thing that's going to appear in our house this Christmas tide.
Bag of Skittles.
You know, maybe there will be Christmas Skittles. I don't know what Christmas Skittles would taste like. Hopefully they're not like gingerbread, because I'd be like,
they taste like pine trees and snow.
Oh my gosh, ginger. You know what I mean? Because
bubbling at the mouth. You're like, no.
But lightsabers. Grandma was stoked to get all of my boys lightsabers.
That's awesome.
So, no, it's not. Because they've already had huge issues with wrapping paper tubes. Oh my gosh, they just whomp on each other. And,
we have... At my job, we have wrapping paper tubes. Okay. And we get 12-foot rugs. We have 12-foot long wrapping paper tubes. And so me
Are you
and
like
one of my
jousting with them?
We do a little bit of jousting. We do the, hey, turn around. And we go and we swing it as hard as we can. And we just hear like the explosion of cardboard that just shoots off the second they hit. It's great.
One of my favorite videos I ever took was, it was before Oliver, but it was L and A. Actually, I always use their initials. But L had a full-on wrapping paper tube. Mm-hmm. A had like a toilet paper tube. And L was just whopping him on the head, and A just couldn't get close enough. He just kept backing up. You're like, dong, dong, dong. You know the noise it makes? Yeah. And it's like, dude, you're being so mean to your brother. But A was just nonplussed. He's like, I got a toilet paper tube, though.
He's like, I could shank you with it.
Yeah, it was just like, this is not an even match.
That's how I feel when I play like the Elder Scroll games, and enemies are carrying like two little tiny forks at me, and I'm like, because I have mods, so I have the big Goron sword from Legend of Zelda, and so I'm just swinging it like crazy, and they just can't get close. It's great.
Oh, so Christmas is almost here.
Yeah, Christmas. Skyrim's related because Skyrim's covered in snow. Bam.
Nice.
Making bridges.
Not barriers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you do it.
That's how we roll in these here parts.
All right. Another thing Christmassy, Christmas trees, so Tannenbaums.
Christmas trees. Supposedly, if my understanding is correct, one of the great stories behind it is that it was a German tradition that many Germans put back to Martin Luther. A lot of people debate about, the origins of it. I go the Luther origin, where he thought it was so beautiful when he saw, like, the stars shining off of the pine needles glistening with new snow, that he chopped it down, brought it inside, and put candles on it.
It's not a good idea.
Thank Germans for taking something beautiful and turning it into a fire hazard. Yeah. Do you know that old Christmas trees were honest to goodness candles on them?
That's crazy.
Yes. You want to talk about safety last philosophically? Like, this big thing that could possibly burn? Let's put candles on it. Yeah. Oh, I actually had one person that did it the old way. They always had to be like, they would only light it for like the half hour of like a party or something. It took forever to light. And like one person was always kind of like, yeah, having a conversation, but looking out of the side of their eye, not making eye contact, like, is anything on fire yet? No, is anything on fire?
That's awesome. I like Christmas trees. Christmas trees are pretty great. They actually have, for fake trees, they have scented ornaments that smell like real trees.
Are you serious?
Yes, they sell them at Walmart.
That is awesome. I did not know that.
And speaking of trees too, we need a new Christmas tree here at I keep getting is Mount Emmanuel. That's it. We're changing the church.
Mount Emmanuel. Yeah, that would go over like a lead balloon.
Yeah.
Everybody would change your name.
Skittles the church.
Emmanuel Lutheran Church of Skittles. I know we like Wrigley, but I don't think we got a deal with them. But we need a new what now?
We need a Christmas tree. We need a brand new Christmas tree.
Oh, have you not seen the Christmas trees up?
Yeah, we need a new one.
What do you mean we need a new one?
Because Sunday school teacher, Luther League sponsor,
Yeah.
said that we need a new tree.
Miss Brenda said that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Because she says that they've been trying to get a new tree for a while, and they're just like, no.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll do a fundraiser. If you think we should get a new tree here at Emmanuel, put in a comment.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll put your pledges in there.
Don't click the subscribe button if you're already subscribed, please.
And I got my USB one for my computer, my mini one.
You got a mini tree?
Yeah, I got a mini tree. I put Lego Me next to it.
That's awesome.
Maybe I should put a picture of Lego Me up so that people can see that.
Yeah,
I've shown you Lego Me, right?
Yeah, you've shown me Lego Me.
Yeah, I know, and I got the Christmas tree that usually Lego Me sits by.
It's good. And now that we can have visuals on here, we'll put a picture of Lego Me in this Christmas episode. We'll have him dancing.
With his cup of coffee.
Yeah, with this cup of coffee.
Because my boys made it. And, like, the Lego store up in Woodfield.
Okay.
They have that sort of thing. You can make... They have, like, these bins of pieces for minifigures.
Okay.
So you can mix and match and make whatever you want.
That's awesome.
So, I mean, if you want, like, a pirate hat on, like, this, that, and the other, these sorts of things. So my eldest put together, and, like, you get, like, you get a head, a body, a leg, a head covering, and then an accessory. You know what I mean?
I'd like if they just gave you, like, a battle axe.
You can get a battle axe.
Oh, what?
My middle one's got a spider. That was his accessory. He's got a safari hat, and he's got, like, the mini legs.
Okay.
And he's got, like, a tuxedo top. He's got blue mini legs, a tuxedo top, a normal face, a safari hat, and a spider. Which is the best non sequitur ever. It's like, I'm here for the party, and here's my spider.
Yeah, that's
The
conversation.
safari hat means you're staying here for a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wild time.
It's going to be a wild party here for the Christmas season.
That's good. I need to make a Lego Me now. Like, that should be the new thing.
They're pretty cool. I mean, you know what I mean? I don't think we're getting any kickbacks from Legos, but seriously, you know what I mean? The making your own minifigure, that is worth it. Maybe that should be the Christmas gift you give. The gift of yourself.
Yes, gift yourself with yourself.
Wouldn't that be the greatest gift? For this holiday season, I know you appreciate me here, so here's a mini me.
I did that 1 year. I did that 1 year for Christmas. Is I got a present for myself and I labeled it from Santa in parentheses me, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, it's a game!"
Santa's so good to me. You're Santa. I'm Santa. Oh, that's what we should talk about too.
Yeah, Santa Man.
Okay, because of course you know Santa Claus comes from St. Nicholas.
Yes.
St. Nicholas is awesome. And now his day is actually December 6th, not December 24th. Did you know that?
Isn't that like the pagan day?
What?
I don't know. But I hear rumors that Christmas is a pagan holiday.
Well, no, the church put it around the the winter solstice to more commemorate the light of Christ shining in a dark world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, again, there's, the debate of when he was born. And so, again, like with other people, sometimes you still don't celebrate your birthday at the appropriate date. But that's when we celebrate it because, even the wonderful John's text, you know what I mean? Christ is the light of the world. The light shines in the darkness, and darkness and overcomes it. You pick the darkest time of the year to celebrate it, there's a logic to that. Mm-hmm. So it's meant to be the light of Christ coming into the world is the symbolism of that day for his birth. So that's one of the larger reasons. You know what I mean? I don't think that he's technically like, I'm a Capricorn. I don't know if that really affects anything, Jesus. I just want you to know.
Just want to know. That's my dating profile.
So I mean, there is that symbolism there. So I mean, and that's the importance of it. Because even when you read the John text and some of those other things, there's always the theme of light and the celebration of that Christ comes to us in our darkest days and enters in.
All right, now we got to talk about that guy with the beard, and I'm not talking about you, Pastor.
Oh, the beard. So yeah, the dude was awesome. Did a lot of cool stuff. And I mean, a lot of the stuff that we still celebrate him today has roots and sort of things. If my memory serves, some of the great legends, and here's one of the cool ones, is that, so, I mean, he technically was the Bishop of Myra, I believe, in, like, modern-day Turkey. Okay. So he was a high-ranking dude. And there's, like, all this cool historic stuff about him. He was actually really cool because he was part of putting the Nicene Creed together around some of the controversies of those things going on there. So, I mean, he was a boss theologian. He didn't run elves, but he ran the papers to make sure you knew the theology, son.
Now, I want to know, how did Santa Claus get associated with Christmas?
Oh, you just made my week, man. You made my week. So here's how we do this. My understanding, you can do some of the research, but let me tell this one story. So you know how there's the whole chimney stuff going down?
Yeah.
Here is my understanding of why there's association. So back in the day, when women were still considered property, when you had to marry them off, you had to give a dowry, which is money to offset, I think, the financial burden of having a wife, which is always crazy to me because I've always assumed that I'm the financial burden in my relationship. Because every now and then it's like, you're the reason we can't have anything nice. And I'm like,
You're like throwing a hissy fit, just throwing vases on the
I don't know because I don't pay attention. It's more things like, oh, what's that? Really? You did that? Or it's like, well, why not?
Like, I'll play my WoW.
Or I'll play some, why can't we go out to eat tonight? Because, no, So, first one's going on, and Brother Nick heard about this. And so he, the evening, this guy was getting worried. Like, my kid's not going to be married. Do I have to kind of, sell him off? Do they even got to go into prostitution? I mean, bad news bear point for this dad. He's like, ah! So Nick, in the night, threw some money in the window to pay for the dowry. And he's like, holy cow, this is kind of awesome, yada, yada, married off first daughter. But rumors kind of got back to him that this Nick dude was here. But the dude was proud, in my understanding. So he's like, I can't do that again. I'll get money together, yada, yada. It comes to be the second daughter getting married. So he kind of locks up the house. So Nick, being the hardcore dude he is in doing good. It's not convenient to do good. When Nick comes to town, good gets done, son. That should be his new motto.
Yeah. Now, ho, ho, ho. Good gets done,
son. So he climbs up on the roof and throws money down the chimney. And the understanding is that it either fell in a sock or a shoe that was sitting by the fireplace to warm. And so they found the money there. The third one, the guy came out and kind of confronted Nick. Nick was all like, "Oh, no! You must do this because you value your pride over the sake of your daughters. How can a man of faith do those things? Charity and love, yada, yada." And the dude finally was like, all right, you're the man, Nick. So, I mean, that's where we get some of the chimney association. My understanding is that a lot of the association had to do with commercialism. One, I mean, you get this Greek bishop in some ways, part of the Nicene Creed, who becomes a member of the Laplander or Sami people. I don't know especially the appropriate term, so I apologize for any Sami or Laplanders that might be listening to this. But above the Arctic Circle, there's reindeer herders. I think they're either called Sami or Laplanders. I apologize if there's even a better term. Somebody let me know. You know what I mean? I can't remember the folks. But my understanding is that, in modern depictions of him, he looks and dresses like traditional, a Laplander Sami individual with all of his reindeer on this sleigh. And I think there was a dude at the turn of the century or sometime in the early 1900s that was trying to make reindeer meats more popular. So he somehow tried to connect it with Saint Nick. Because he's going to corner the market on reindeer meat or something. So hey, we'll make it a St. Nicholas thing. He pulls the sleigh. Everybody likes reindeer, so you eat them. Which is confusing for me for marketing. Here are these beautiful reindeer that pull this guy's sleigh to eat them. That was one of the stories that I heard. Also, one of the ones that I heard is that Macy's made it popular by having Santa there and trying to connect him with the Christmastide season. And you also then get the Coca-Cola connection. The Coca-Cola, for the whole December month made him kind of this guy throughout a period of time that would try to do that. So you get this mutation over time from this cool guy who's patron saint of kids and charity, who has a December feast day that it keeps getting inched closer to Christmas, and it becomes more, you know what I mean? And, obviously if you want to sell stuff, here's this patron saint of kids. Well, Santa will be generous because there's the ancient traditions in Germany on St. Nicholas Day, where the idea is that you leave your shoes outside of your house and he puts a little candy in it or something. We celebrate that with our kids. We don't do Santa more on Christmas. We do it on December 6th. And they get chocolate coins in their shoes.
Okay.
They dig it. Plus then, it was
nothing like feet chocolate.
Feet chocolate. So it's this mutation over time with some of these marketing angles that got it there. I mean, because Coca-Cola, if you ever notice, even some of the old ads from back in the day,
yeah.
I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff going on. And then there was the dude that wrote the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas and all those other sorts of things. So you get this slow mutation over time into a Christmas-focused Laplander magic dude who likes Coca-Cola from, this Greek saint. We're weird people in North America. It's a very North American concept. If you go to Europe, it's still there. And you even get the other weird stuff like the Krampus and all that other tomfoolery too.
The Krampus movie's coming out this year.
Yeah, I heard it didn't live up to as cool as the Krampus should be. Because the Krampus is,
or the Babadook. The Babadook? Yeah, Babadook movie came out too.
The Babadook? I don't... Which culture has the Babadook?
The cool one.
The cool culture. That'd be the greatest. What country you come from? Country cool.
Yeah, the country cool.
Country cool Christmas.
But
sounds like a really weird album. Country cool Christmas.
It's just like trying to be too cool. You like in the 90s, like you Santa Claus wearing like the backwards Santa hat, and you can't even tell because Santa hats go any way they want.
They floppity flippity everywhere.
He's riding instead of a sleigh, he's riding a snowboard, and he's just like, I'm cool.
And he's got like totally like jams on. Wasn't that the swimsuits that were extra long for guys back in the day? The jams.
Yeah.
Man, we've come a long way since the 90s. Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
If we ever go back, man, we got to stop that.
History repeats itself.
I don't know, man. If a time traveler comes back, I think he'd come back. We can't go back to the 80s or 90s. We must stop the progression. Doc Brown, simmer down.
I prefer Rick and Morty. That show's great.
It is.
I love that show.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Now that we talked about the old man,
yeah,
the beard.
So yeah. But that's the chimney connection of why it comes down and all those other sorts of things. It's funny how we mutate things. You know what I mean? We mutate things.
Let's see, what else should we talk about on this Christmas special? Do you have any questions for Office Troll?
Office Troll, what's your favorite Christmas carol?
Maybe I'm a human.
What?
Maybe I'm a human. Office Troll. Use your words.
Office Troll, use your words.
Oh, he's writing it down. Oh, it's Here We Come a Carolyn.
Oh, here we come a wassailing so fair to be seen. Here we come a wassailing, love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. Bum 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 bum. That's a good one.
Office Troll likes it.
I like God Rest You Merry Gentlemen.
I like Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time.
I don't know if I know that one.
Paul McCartney.
Oh, at least you're not going Wham. No. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. Oh,
and the very next day.
Out of all that, you know what reason I don't like when they start Christmas songs like after Christmas? Because I hear that song, only time I come to the Christmas station, it's Wham. Like, seriously. It's never like the Carol of the Bells, dun 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 dun, which is kind of awesome, but it's Wham. Every song I ever hear around Christmas more than anything else is Wham.
That's why you gotta listen to XRT.
XRT?
Yeah.
Now it's gonna be my head. Oh, this episode's killing me. I got Wham in my head now. Last Christmas.
Speaking of Wham, what are you having for Christmas dinner?
We're gonna rock and roll, and we're just gonna have it pretty simple. We do a simple Christmas dinner. We don't go over the top. Ham and turkey and some of those other sorts of things.
Let's say it's whatever my girlfriend's grandma's making because I'm going to her house.
Rock and roll, good for you.
Yeah.
You've met the Gram before, right?
I've met the Gram. Yep.
Nice.
It's good. They enjoy me. They say I'm a pleasant person to be around.
You're a pleasant fellow for the holidays.
Yes, this is good.
Yeah. Well, maybe we covered a lot of the Christmas thing, but maybe the most important one of all is the Christmas story. Let me read probably my favorite part of that. In honor of Linus, because I always dig Linus.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Luke, the 2nd chapter, starting at verse 8. In that region, there were shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. Then an angel of the Lord stood before them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid, for see, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is the Messiah, the Lord. This will be a sign for you. You will find a child wrapped in swaddling cloths and lying in a manger." And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, "Glory to God in the highest heaven, and peace among those whom he favors." When the angels had left them and gone into heaven, the shepherds said to one another, "Let us go now to Bethlehem and see this thing that has taken place, which the Lord has made known to us." So they went with haste and found Mary and Joseph and the child lying in the manger. When they saw this, they made known what had been told them about this child, and all who heard it were amazed at what the shepherds told them. But Mary treasured all these words and pondered them in her heart. The shepherds returned, glorifying and praising God for all they had heard and seen, as it had been told them. You know what? It is a good story because it reminds us in such a mean estate God entered the world, not in palaces, not in great things, but in a lowly, lowly town of Bethlehem, in a stable, because nobody'd let him in. Nobody would give refuge to this family. And the people that celebrated it were shepherds. It was a very mean way to come into the world. And not mean in like, but meager. Mm-hmm. I use old words sometimes. But a meager way to come into the world.
I mean, this is the real world, Jesus. You can't expect everything to be great.
Well, and that is one of the great parts about Emmanuel and the Incarnation. It's not rosy. It's the coming in was broken as the rest of us. Mm-hmm. And that really shows that he takes on our lot in our world. Is that it was a broken coming in. He cried. It was a rough go. To an unwed mother. I tell you what, we sometimes forget that. Sometimes we sanitize it. But then dirty old smelly shepherds are the ones that show up. Yeah. Shepherds usually aren't known for wearing Axe body spray all the time.
I mean, little did we know.
Little did we know. But it is that story that we celebrate amidst all the other stuff and mutated Laplander Greek bishops and all those other sorts of things. It is God with us in such a little way to, in his time on the earth, stumble along with us.
I enjoy that reference.
Brothers and sisters, Merry Christmas and keep stumbling.
Happy New Year.